What it do, boo-boo? Happy Sunday! We're here for our weekly Oracle forecast with the Oracle of Oddities. I hope you guys have had a good weekend. I have. It's been great. Work has been fun, easy, and lucrative, which what more can you ask for? Tonight was fairly chill. Tomorrow I had auto pickup set on my app from work, and I was gonna pick up an extra shift, and I don't know, tonight I reconsidered. I was like, nope, I have 3 days off in a row this week, and I'm taking them, and I'm going to relax. I'm caught up with everything. I've had all of these crazy air conditioning, moisture issues that I've been dealing with, and I finally got it fixed. Everything is detail cleaned. I don't even have laundry to do. I am caught up on everything. I just have a couple of things that I've been meaning to take care of, and so I'm gonna do that. And I'm going to do a nice long run tomorrow and a workout. I'm gonna dance and I'm gonna wander through the woods. And this is assuming that it's not gonna be raining tomorrow. But yeah, I'm really pumped. I need just a few days off straight where I can be completely free to just be wild and feral and do whatever I feel like. And then I'll cook something. I'm not sure what I'm craving yet, but I've been making some things with some vegetables and herbs that have been growing in my garden, so I'm probably trying to do something with some of my basil, probably do a little bit more caprese salad. I've still got some zucchinis and cucumber and tomatoes, so very excited. All right, you guys, let us focus. What do we need to be aware of that will help us in the week ahead align with our highest selves and begin to integrate all of the soul growth that we have been going through, all of the experience, all the wisdom? How can we ground that and integrate that into our lives so that we can be these new versions of ourselves in this new cycle and make the most of it? What should we have here? Ooh, Earth. Okay, so when I get this card, it makes me think of manifestation. It makes me think of grounding your energy and your inspiration and all of that potential and creative force into inspired action and into routines that you can sustain that will maintain and be, what is it called when if you have an herb that you cut and it just keeps growing back, it's self-replenishing or whatever, self-sustaining. Set up routines for yourself that are self-sustaining and take action and follow your instincts. But our recent, I believe it was our new moon reading, but one of our recent readings had to do with putting things into, it was our new moon workshop, and that's still good. New moon energy is the strongest in the first couple of days, but the theme of that new moon goes on for the whole month. So it's still valid and still helpful to go back and watch that. I also think that most of my videos have a lot of evergreen information that is helpful regardless of what day it is or what the reading is talking about. I just try to sneak it in so that I'm never pigeonholed. We're showing up, we're letting the spirit lead us, and we're channeling, and we're doing our daily routines and our segments and stuff, but I feel like we do give ourselves the freedom, and I'm including us in all of this, to follow where the spirit's leading us and go off on tangents if we want to, because I'm just channeling what I feel like is coming through for the day anyway. So right, but earth it in, ground all of these ideas, all of this inspiration, any kind of pings or inner guidance that you get, follow those follow those little hunches, because our recent reading was talking about the big issue that is crossing us right now is a physical issue to overcome. So right now, over the next couple of weeks, it's all about really taking action and integrating all of these theoretical spiritual lessons that we've been learning. They're only theory until we can actually live out a situation that forces us to be able to, put that lesson, apply it into our life, right? And then it is integrated, then it becomes embodied. And when we can show up several times, and like start making it like our new normal to be this different person and show up in different ways, right? It becomes like an integrated habit. It becomes a new pattern, a positive pattern. And so that's what we're doing now. Earthing and grounding, and we are manifesting. We had no matter how many times I kept shuffling, it just like these were together and over and nothing else was happening. So I believe these are our cards. Next we have Nexus. And when I get this, it brings images to mind about how the interconnectedness of it all, the people that we know, the connections, the networking, the whole web of the people that we know, the people that they know, the resources that we have. This is sort of like everything in our disposal, in our lives, all the resources that we have around, people, friends, contacts. It's about all of it kind of coming together and falling into place, and then realizing and utilizing that. Another card that we had come up was let your friends help. So maybe at least get your juices flowing by talking about your manifestation to people. Start saying what you're putting out into the world and what you're creating, right? And then someone might think, oh, you know what, I know a person that you should talk to, or someone would have they could steer you in that direction. You never know, right? So use your, just know that one of the things that is most valuable in your life as you accrue, I guess, resources and, capital goods, venture capital, like things that that hold value over time, that are useful. The contacts that we make, the people that we meet along the way, the relationships, like those are some of the most valuable assets that we have in life. That's what I was going to say, assets. So think, do you have any ideas or any hunches or instincts that are leading you to maybe reach out to someone or ask someone about something or whatever? So just keep that in mind. Don't force it or whatever, but that may come into play this week. Even if you're not aware of it, there are always parts and pieces moving behind the scenes. So just because it doesn't seem like you have connected with anyone, maybe over the next few days, it doesn't mean that someone out there isn't seeing what you're doing and then maybe telling somebody else about what you're doing, right? So you just never know. So just be aware of that. We pulled beauty. I love this. I think that we're starting to ruminate in the beauty of our lives, right? The whole point of this this new phase, this new cycle, is to really master our lives, but see our lives as a canvas that we can create whatever we envision for ourselves. And so I think that we've all decided that we would like to have a lot more, fulfillment and beauty and meaning in our day to day. And so I think that we have all taken steps to make that happen and put effort forth into that. And we've been showing up consistently, right? And we're beginning to bloom. Our lives are blooming around us. And we're beginning to recognize that, I do feel like I see the beauty in the world and I'm feeling the beauty. And that's the state that we want to get in, because last night in our secret sermon, we were talking about some neural research that was teaching us that our nervous system, it's always in a state of reacting to our environment, right? And it has us mostly in like this heightened sort of survival emotional state all the time. And we're like processing all of these chemicals. And on a chemical level and on an emotional level, our body is our mind, right? So wherever our mental landscape is, our body believes it and it thinks that that is happening. And so it's responding in kind. So if you are having like, wonderful positive thoughts, then you're going to be flooded with good positive body chemistry. And if you're having like very anxious and like tormented thoughts, then your body is going to be flooded with very toxic chemistry. So be aware of that. But also, one of the points was that your thoughts send out electricity in the quantum field, whereas your feelings create magnetism in your quantum field. And the combination of these creates an electromagnetic kind of like force field around each person. It's their own personal signature. So however you feel, that is what you're going to be magnetically drawing towards yourself. So this week, it may be that we are feeling a greater ease in feeling the beauty of life. I think that beauty can be a feeling and it is an emotion, but it's not something that we think about in that way. But I mean, have you ever just been having such a beautiful moment in a day and there's something like very simplistic about it, and maybe like, I don't know, maybe you're out on the water in like a kayak and everything is just like gorgeous and beautiful and quiet and pristine and the air smells fresh and you're just like, oh my gosh, I feel so fed in this moment. It's so beautiful. And it's like this kind of awe, right? You have an awe and appreciation and a sweetness to it. There's like this like sweetness to life in that moment. That's how I would describe the feeling of beauty. But cultivate that so that it's making you, it's very heart opening, and it relaxes the nervous system, and it takes us out of, reactive survival mode, and it starts to help us cultivate those elevated emotions that we want to be growing within us. This is a practice, right? You can be the gardener of your heart and actually choose to practice feelings instead of being the victim of circumstance and just reacting to whatever's happening around you. So we're growing. We are cultivating beauty in our lives. We are creating beautiful surroundings for ourselves. We are noticing the beauty that is already around us. Take the time, and while we're in the summer months, to look at the flowers all around you. You don't even have to have them at your house. They're all over the place. You can walk into the grocery store, and just to the left or the right of the front door, there's like a whole flower section. That's one of the things that my friend Charity likes to do this too. We always like to walk through the flower section at the grocery store and just appreciate the flowers. Like, might as well while you're there, right? Enjoy, right? And that's opening your heart. And the more that you open your heart, the more that opportunity will come in. It's not just about the opportunity for relationships, for friends, for, your family, and for your romantic partners or potential romantic partners. It's for opportunities and experiences. Life is wanting to send you all kinds of things, but if your heart is shut off and closed down, then you're not in a state of receiving. So I think beauty will help your heart relax, open, and bloom like the rose under the warm sun. And then we have transformation. And so that makes total sense, all of these together. All of these grand efforts have actually resulted in a transformation within us. It's like we're in these stages of transformation. It's like ding, 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 ding. We're in the process, but it's already underway. So it's like we're starting to feel like new people, and we're really becoming fleshed out. And that was another theme that came up over our weekly reading. And in our the secret teaching, when we're talking about the nervous system last night, it's like the nervous system has to learn a new way of being, because once it gets used to certain patterns and certain feelings and certain triggers and response patterns, right? That's what it knows. That's what its new normal is. So it has to learn again how to feel joy. You can train yourself to just be in a joyous state as your base, right? Teach yourself to feel love. Teach your nervous system to be in a resting state of beauty, right? And peace and fulfillment. So we're working on doing that. We're teaching our nervous system actually how to feel comfortable in this new skin, because even though things are better than they have been and things are becoming more stable and serene and we're developing more inner peace and more happiness, when our nervous system is in an unfamiliar situation or a set of circumstances, it gets hypervigilant because it's protecting you. It's awakening your ego. It's like, hey, things are unfamiliar. We need to be paying attention because we don't want to get eaten by a lion or we don't want to starve. So we get hypervigilant and this like disembodied anxiety, and we don't know where it's coming from. And sometimes it's actually just because we're in a situation that we're not used to, even a good situation, even a situation that brings us happiness and joy that we're excited about. But sometimes the nervous system doesn't know the difference between excited and scared or concerned, right? So it's just kind of responding in the same way, chemically speaking. And a lot of times we have the same symptoms between like being afraid or excited, right? So it's kind of like in the way that we just choose to frame it. So I am excited for us. We are transforming. Our nervous system is catching up, so be patient with yourself. Don't feel like anything is like that sense of foreboding joy that Brene Brown talks about. Like there's like something around the corner, like looming, or like the rug is going to get ripped out. Those are just the old patterns. I know that like a few years ago, I just had come to a new level, and there had been all of this crisis and chaos in my life always. And it wasn't anything because like I was like a reckless, like self-destructive person. It's just that like those were the conditions of my family growing up. It was just like, it just happened to be that way. And so for a long time, when I became more and more of an adult and my life became a little bit more separate from my immediate family, it took me a while to create those emotional boundaries and separate there. But even still, it was like, I would still feel like there was a crisis right around the corner. And then all of a sudden, like my life started getting fantastic and wonderful. And I started getting even more paranoid and more scared because I was like, oh, it's never been this good before. Like this has got to mean something horrible is like coming around the corner. I just know it. Like it's never good for long, very long. And so I was always anticipating like something around the corner, and I didn't even realize it until one day I caught myself and I was like, wow, everything is really great. And there's nothing that I should be too concerned about right now. I should just be able to enjoy the moment and relax into it and let go. But I realized, like, observing myself, that I couldn't do it because I had this feeling of that joy was foreboding to me, that it meant that there was something coming that was not going to be good, like the rug was going to get ripped out any minute. And so I had to learn and train myself to start feeling in safety and relaxed and safe when things are stable and when things are happy and when things are good. And it was kind of difficult to really get out of that. I mean, it kind of took probably 1 or 2 years. I'm probably still working on that, about just being able to relax and to joy and feel peaceful. And I can honestly say that like nowadays, like left to my own devices, I feel fairly happy all the time. I don't feel anxious about anything in particular. Sometimes I do get the disembodied anxiety, or sometimes I do feel hypervigilant, but it's usually when I'm in a situation that's unfamiliar. Even like recently when things have just up-leveled again and things are feeling even better. I caught myself doing some obsessive compulsive stuff the other day, like over checking the doors when I'm leaving, or like checking my orders too many times before I send them through. And when I catch myself doing that, I just tell myself, and I tell my nervous system, you're just not like accustomed to everything being okay and taken care of. You think that there's something missing or that you're forgetting something, but you're not. We've already confirmed, you know? So it's like, it's okay. You're just being hypervigilant. Relax. And so if you catch yourself also being hypervigilant or just having this like disembodied anxiety, think about it. It could be because you are just not used to this like new set of circumstances that you're in right now, and you're just getting you're wearing in your new shoes, you're breaking in your new shoes of your new life, and things will start feeling more relaxed and more natural and more easeful soon, and they'll start becoming more and more so. All right, you guys. Well, I feel good about this week. Let's review. We are taking action. We are really getting into the 3D, and we are following up and doing the things that need to get done to put our dream into motion. We are networking. We are using our all of our resources, calling into mind. You know, we have everything that we need. Anybody that we need to come into our path, ask your angels to send divinely sponsored helpers, right? Ask your angels for this. This is even better than like going out and trying to like forcefully like bang on everybody's door. Pray about it and ask the heavens to align you with the people that are going to be in alignment with your vision, that may have a way to help you, or may have something to contribute, right? Or maybe that you can help and contribute to as well. So building community, building resources, building contacts, everything is connected. Oh, also, that's what I meant to say, I almost forgot, is that all of the different areas of our lives, even though they, you know, in a material way seem separate, they're in many ways interconnected, especially like romance and money, or like career and romance and relationship. Those are connected. They're both ruled under Venus. So things in your life that don't seem connected, that are stagnant or off, tend to those areas, and it might improve another area or unblock an area that you wouldn't have thought were related. Cultivate beauty, develop a feeling of beauty in your heart, and enjoy it and appreciate it, and that is going to really open your heart and start really making you magnetic for more and more things that give you a sense of fulfillment and satisfaction and meaning in life. And surround yourself with beauty and really ruminate in it, and you will have more of it. And yes, just continue to embody this transformation. Take your time. Don't feel like you have to rush. Don't feel like you have to give anyone any fast answers or respond to anything immediately. You know, sometimes that's our tendency, to want to make sure that everybody's happy and to please everyone. And so we say, yes, that's fine, I'll do that, or I can do that, or no, you know, but pause. Resist the urge to be reflexive, and go slow enough where you can consciously make choices proactively. Use your free will. Part of the self-mastery and becoming a super person is like just allowing yourself time to slow down and make like very intentional choices and take intentional actions. Okay, you guys? Lots of fun stuff ahead. Feeling good about the week, and I am so excited about my days off, and I will be able to touch base with you guys earlier in the evening for the next couple of days, so that'll be fun. All right, y'all, be good, but not too good. Ciao.